Well, welcome to the DC booth. We're glad to have you. It is Saturday, the craziest day I think of the week. But we have a stage demo with Mirka.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mirka, and I'm artist on many comics like Bombshells, Harley Quinn, and Hex Wives for Vertigo.
Nice. And you are from?
Italy.
Italy.
So my English is terrible.
It's much better than my Italian, that's for sure. So she's going to be doing a live demo of, basically drawing. What would you like to draw today?
I think I'll draw Izzy, the main character from Hex Wives.
All right. And Hex Wives is, yes, that is her newest project. You can go ahead and start if you'd like. And that will be part of the Vertigo relaunch, which is really exciting and starting August 8th. And when is Hex Wives coming out?
Sorry?
When is Hex Wives coming out? What month?
I think in September.
September.
Okay.
Great. And who is writing that?
Ben Blacker, and it's colored by Marissa Luis.
Nice. Okay, so you're going to be drawing the lead character.
Yeah, she's Izzy and is very badass girl.
She's very what?
Badass.
Ah. And can you give us a little snapshot of what this comic's about?
This comics is about those witches are a covenant of witches who be controlled by men in a strange way, and it's a very particular comic. It's a horror in some way, but also weird, dark. It's very cool. Also some gore stuff. It's very fun to draw.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I love witches. I actually went to the Vertigo panel yesterday, and I heard you guys talking about it, and I think the writer described it basically as if he was watching Bewitched, and you're looking at Samantha, and she has all these powers. I mean, she could do anything she wants, but she's kind of been held down by her other duties, and I guess this is kind of that on its head, where the witches do take back their power, use their power. Is that correct, Mirka?
Yeah, they have many powers. Some of their power must be shown. But for example, Izzy, the main character, has a particular power about the violence.
Oh.
About the blood. The blood is very important for witches, for their powers.
Great. And so, what's the funnest thing about drawing her?
The fact that she has a particular face, because she has strong lines. It's not a typical beauty. Has a particular nose, and it's fun to draw. Nice.
And so give us a little snapshot here. You are a very fast sketcher. So you always start this way with pencil, very quickly? To start? Is that how you usually start, very quick with pencil, to start your drawings?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Sorry, the pencil. Do you always start with pencil?
Sorry. I always start with pencil.
And this quickly? Very fast? And then you move to inking it?
Sorry?
Then you ink it?
Yeah.
Usually,
especially Hex Wives, I work on digital work.
She is very pretty, actually. You are actually well known for that. She also did Bombshells, so that was a lot of opportunity to draw other beautiful women. Who is your favorite bombshell to draw?
They are all beautiful, but in particular, in general, also out of Bombshells, I really like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. Also because she's totally crazy and it's fun to draw.
Yeah, and you make a really good Harley Quinn. She always looks, youthful and bright, but a little crazy as she is known to be. So how many witches are... how many characters are there in the Hex Wives?
There are Izzy, Becky, Nadia, Mabel, Damina, June. If I'm not missing now, they are 6 witches.
Okay.
6 witches, and they are very friends and powerful.
Nice. And they're a coven, right? Do they work together?
They work together. They are friends.
So what exactly about this next project, Hex Wives? What's your favorite part to work on in that?
I really like the fact that there are many kind of scenes in these comics. For example, there are violence sometimes, but also strange. For example, in the second issue, there is a very strange sex scene. Very strange, very weird. You feel bad for the character. But it was also fun to draw. So I can't wait to the release of issue number 2.
Okay, yeah. So as you can tell, it's a very adult
Yeah, very,
comic.
very adult. Yeah.
Like most Vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many issues is Hex Wives? Is it going to be 12?
I think it's actually ongoing.
Oh, good. Yeah. That sounds good. You keep telling those
I'm
stories.
not sure about.
Yeah, of course. Comics, you know.
For now, I worked on. I'm working on the 3rd issue.
Okay, great. So how did you get into comics?
How I started to.
Yeah, like how did you start working in comics? Like, what was
Okay,
your
working.
first?
I started recently, not so much time ago, 6 years ago, on small publishers here and in Italy. But first, I was a colorist. 6 years ago, I drew my first stuff, and 2 or 3 years ago, I started working on DC and Vertigo. On DC with my with a story with Asher Power, the writer, on Vertigo SFX Crack, the book. And after that, I started working on Bombshells. I worked on Bombshells for 2 years. And I worked on many titles, also on Harley Quinn, on some issues of Wonder Woman, and Teen Titans. I did the Metal Dark Knight tie-in of Teen Titans, the 12. And now I'm working on Hex Wives.
Yeah, absolutely. How did it feel? I mean, Vertigo is one of my favorite things about DC. Were you excited to be asked to work on a more adult comic?
Yeah, totally. I really like this kind of stuff. More adult, really like it. And this is the most dark comic I ever worked on.
Do you enjoy that? Do you like that part of
a lot.
it? Yeah,
a lot.
So what would you say is the most challenging thing about working on this comic?
To be honest, the part where there are many parts where there are many things there are many things hard to draw. But in particular, in these comics there are many scenes where the girls are in the kitchen because they are controlled by the men. It's very hard to explain, but they pass a lot of time in kitchens and cooking. And that scenes are hard because I really like to work on. I really like to work on. I found that hard to draw.
What, the kitchen?
Yeah, the kitchen, the houses, especially because in Italy we don't have that kind of houses. I have to do because it's a classic houses, American houses style with the garden. In Italy, they are super strange, and I had to do a lot of researches. But it was fun, also fun, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I would have never guessed that. But yeah, I mean, the American kitchen is a very structured thing.
I prefer to draw a dynamic scene, for example. But when I had to draw technical houses, kitchens, it's hard.
Yeah. Well, we saw some of the panels yesterday, and it looked like you got over that really well. I mean, everything looked really beautiful.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to read it. I am a big fan of witches. I think they're amazing. So, and I love your artwork. I think it just is going to be such a great combination. Obviously, she is already fantastic looking.
Thank you.
So is she kind of? So let's talk about what is her name again? Izzy?
The main character,
Yeah.
Izzy.
Yeah.
She's a punk.
Okay.
She's a punk, and she's the leader of the witches.
Okay.
She's also, I think, the most powerful, but she also brave, and she's a very good person. Also, if she has this power of violence, she is afraid to use it, but she have to use, and she's very cool.
Yeah. So like she's a punk. So is she? So she's rebelling, right? She kind of gets everybody.
very rebel.
Yeah.
The most rebel of the witches.
Nice. So what are the other witches like?
There are many, and the particular thing about this comic is that every witch is different from the other. But in many ways, their styles, their body shapes, their is also multicultural group, and it's very interesting to draw. Also because every witch has their own personality, and is very visible in their dress style. So I had to do a lot of researches for match their personality with their clothes.
Oh, I see. So did you get to decide on that style, or did the artist? I mean, the writer. Okay, so you got to.
I did the design.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I talked with the writer, and we tried to find something. Izzy is the most. I haven't changed so much. Izzy is very similar to her first design.
Oh, okay. Oh, from your very first time designing her. I see. I'm sorry. I just want to look at you draw this. Like that's all. I love your style. It is so beautiful.
Thank you. I hope I'm not late. I don't know.
So she is. So give me like where did she come from? Like, is it they've always been in this town? Or did she come in from somewhere else?
It's particular. I don't know how much I can talk about.
Oh yeah.
But
True. No spoilers.
she's half Spanish and half Italian.
Oh, okay. Great.
So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. And her style is punk, right? So you kind of put her in a lot of cool different clothing, like more hip current stuff. Is that her design? Like her clothing, is she more punk? Like, do you put her in punk clothing?
Here is not so punk,
Yeah,
honestly,
it's
because
cute, though.
it's totally classic. Because in the story we see the witches in this version, this kitchen version, 50s version, because those men are controlling them in a strange way. I don't know how much I can explain, but they lost their self.
Okay.
Here, Izzy has forgot about herself, about her true self, and so she thinks to be a housewife,
Okay.
and is trapped by those men. Those men are the architects, called in this way. And she don't remember her power.
Okay. Oh, so she's like Samantha on the Bewitched. Like she just doesn't know, well, she knew, but not able to use them yet. So that's what I was wondering about the clothes, which makes sense now. But obviously she will wake up.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, all the women, we all need to wake up and say, no. So she kind of looks, I mean, I love it because she almost has a little Harley Quinn in her. Like she seems a little, is she a little interesting? Not your typical person. Go again. Does anyone have any questions? I can open that up maybe to a question. I see someone, maybe. Question? Go on.
My friend's curious what kind of pen are you using to ink?
What kind of pen are you using to ink?
I can show the...
Yeah, I think you could do on that.
Yeah,
right
is
there.
that Tombow?
Oh,
It's very cool and it's also... Yeah. I use a lot of brushes, especially when I have to do the eyes and the hair. I use a lot.
a Tombow. T-O-M-B-O.
Brushes that you're using for the show or at home too?
I use also at home, but usually at home I draw most of the time digitally. So it depends.
Do you prefer digital, or it's just because is it faster?
To be honest, I prefer not digital in general. I also like digital. Hey, I also like digital, but deadlines are deadlines.
Yeah.
And in digital is more easy for me. I like both.
Yeah.
But sometimes I work so much at the computer. Sometimes I need to not stay at PC. I want to do with brushes, pencil, real pencil.
Does anyone else have a question for Mirka? Anyone want to know something new?
When's your book come out?
September. September, yeah. Yeah.
Vertigo.
Yeah. So the Vertigo relaunch again is starting in August, and there's going to be the Sandman universe. Books are involved in that. There's American Carnage, Hex Wives, Goddess Mode. I mean, it's great because Vertigo is going to have a full line coming out, and it's going to go back to its days of kind of bringing new talent or existing talent, but just kind of that adult, kind of mature title again, and kind of bring it back to what it was, I think. And that's, it's the home of the creator. So, and that's why I was so excited that you were put on this amazing title. There's also Border Towns. I think we are giving out two of them free during the con. Border Towns and American Carnage. Yes, thank you. All right. Well, that is looking amazing.
Thank you.
So we're going to wrap up as you're wrapping up a little bit there. But we're going to have to give away this beautiful sketch. And so we usually do that via some kind of trivia. And usually I kind of take from something we already talked about to help make it easier for everybody. But I guess my question would be, whoever gets this, I would ask, do you know how many witches are in this coven, the main witches? How many?
Oh, yeah.
Someone raise your hand.
6.
So you are the perfect person to get this picture. You are amazing looking.
Oh, great.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Mirka. That is absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is from Hex Wives. It's coming out in September from Vertigo, which is relaunching in August. And this is Mirka.
Thank
you
very
so
much.
much. Thank you, everybody.